Hi, it's Andrew Finney with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Nevada Properties. I'm over here in my office on 7475 West Sahara with my preferred lender, Bill Marion from New American Funding. Today we're going to review VA loan, specifically what a veteran can and cannot pay for in their VA loan. Bill, what's the scoop with VA loans?
Awesome, thanks Andrew. Great topic today, guys. The two things we're going to be talking today about are the fees a veteran can pay for and the things veterans cannot pay for. And those are two very important things, especially when you're going into contract to purchase a home using your VA loan, because there's things, again, that the veteran cannot pay for that not a lot of people are familiar with, and things that you can pay for. To start off, the things that you can pay for, several things that you can pay for, which is typical in a real estate transaction, is origination fees. Depending on the lender that you're working with, everybody has their own different fees that they charge to you as a consumer, you as a veteran. You definitely want to make sure you're working with a good lender that's not overcharging you, but you can pay for those origination fees. Things you can also pay for, things like discount points. So like if a veteran wants to buy down the rate, get even a better rate than even the smoking rates that are out there available today, you can pay for discount points up to 2%. The other fees that you can pay for are the appraisals, recording fees, credit reports, flood certifications, survey fees, things of that nature that are just a part of every normal transaction. You can pay for the normal closing costs that are in a loan in regards to prepaid items, taxes, assessments, insurance for yourself for the property, and then also obviously your home hazard insurance that you're using to insure your property. God forbid something were to happen and the home have to be rebuilt. You want to make sure that you're covered properly there. As well as your title insurance to make sure that you're getting a property that has a clear title that's clear of any additional liens or anything like that. So that pretty much covers the allowable fees that you can pay as a veteran. There are several fees that veterans can't pay for. So another great thing about VA loans is if you're a veteran and you're looking at other ways of financing, because there's a lot of other great options out there that have good rates and things, but with the VA loan, there are certain fees, regardless of what the deal is, that you cannot pay for as a veteran. So it's a really great option. Another benefit to using a VA loan. Things you can't pay for that are typical in normal transactions are things like escrow fees, processing fees, underwriting fees. A big one is termite reports. State of Nevada, we all have to get termite inspections. The veteran cannot pay for that, which is kind of cool. It has to be paid for by, number one, either the lender, the seller, or your wonderful realtor can pay for that as well. Notary fees you cannot pay for. Another fee that you cannot pay for as a veteran is a kind of a second opinion on the appraisal, which is when you get your appraisal that comes in from the VA. If the appraisal comes in low and you have to do a reconsideration of value to try to fight that, the appraiser is charged to do the reconsideration of value, and you as a veteran cannot pay for it. So another great thing about that. The other big thing is there's a lot of other companies here in town that like to have attorneys involved with different things, especially when it comes to short sales and things of that nature. Regardless of how the transaction is actually set up in the beginning, the veteran cannot pay for attorney fees. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's
a
big
good
thing.
Because there are some brokerages around the town that do nothing but short sales, and they say that a veteran can buy it with a VA loan. Now, with a lot of them also say in the multiple listing service that the veteran has to pay up to 1.5% or 2%, whichever is greater, of the sales price of a property to the law firm directly.
Correct.
How does that work? Because they're asking a veteran to pay outside of escrow. So how does that work if it's actually a VA non-allowable? Is that like an illegal practice? Is that something that should be, that perhaps a veteran should consult an attorney about before they agree to such a contract?
Yeah.
I mean, what are we really looking at there? Because we see it a lot in Las Vegas right now with some of the short sales out there.
There is many different, there's a couple different schools of thought on that. You would think that real estate professionals understand and know when they accept an offer for a VA buyer what can and cannot be paid for, and difference of opinion. I'm not an attorney, so I can't give legal advice, but the veteran should not be paying for fees, even outside of escrow, that's tied into a real estate transaction that are a non-allowable fee. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line, as well as the veteran when they are in an escrow and they're signing their closing papers. A lot of realtors out there have things called brokerage fees. Brokerage fees are standard. They're very normal, especially in today's markets. The veterans, however, cannot pay for these fees. Again, any of these fees that we listed here that the veterans cannot pay for have to be paid for either, number one, by the lender, and if you got a good lender, the lender might be able to help out, or the seller has to pay for it in the form of a seller credit. So, guys, I really hope that kind of made some sense of the things that veterans can and cannot pay for. Again, the veteran loan, the VA loan, is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal program if you're a qualified veteran, to make sure you understand what it is that you can and cannot pay for, and make sure you weigh out the differences.
Bill, thank you so much for coming down to the office today and telling us some more about VA loans, specifically what a veteran can and cannot pay. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you enjoyed this real estate geekness with some lender goodness, please go ahead and like and share. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week with some more scoop on VA loans. Have a great weekend.